All right, let's just jump right into this explainer. We're looking at a massive structural theme that is literally reshaping how we shop today. And to really understand it, we're going to use the multi-lakh crore Indian jewelry market as our prime example. It is wild what's happening behind the scenes right now as our everyday consumer habits go through this massive transformation. So, have you ever wondered why those big, brightly lit national chain stores are just rapidly replacing your local neighborhood shops? I mean, we see it every single day on our local streets. But this shift, it's actually a colossal economic battlefield, and it is completely driven by rules, trust, and transparency. In fact, it's pretty much the single most critical structural theme driving corporate strategies and investment decisions at this very moment. To kind of picture how this transition works, just think of a famous toy store chain. You always know exactly what you're going to get, right? Same rules, guaranteed quality no matter what city you happen to be visiting. You walk in and your expectations are instantly met. Now, compare that to a small, one-of-a-kind family shop making up its own prices on the fly, maybe tracking its sales in a simple paper notebook. Totally different vibe. Now, in economic terms, that standardized toy chain represents what we call an organized market. This is basically the segment of the retail sector run by branded, structured corporate chains. They play strictly by the book. You know their names, their operations are highly standardized, and they maintain super strict regulatory compliance across the board. No surprises, just consistency. On the flip side, we have the unorganized market, and this segment relies heavily on localized, generational trust, and informal, often paper-based tracking methods. We're talking about highly fragmented, local, single-owner neighborhood shops. But here's the real catch. Right now, more and more families are actually moving away from these little neighborhood spots and pivoting toward the big, trusted chain stores instead. But what is truly staggering about this whole dynamic is the sheer scale of that unorganized sector, because it actually still dominates. We are talking about 60 to 65% of the Indian jewelry market by value. Think about that. Despite all those flashy, recognizable national brands you constantly see on TV, the organized segment only grabs about 35 to 40% of this massive multi-lakh crore market. And you know that 65%? It's not just some random statistic. For equity research analysts, it represents a massive secular growth runway. Basically, it is the absolute primary target for national brands. This multi-year push towards formalization is exactly what underpins most buy recommendations on Wall Street. It's this immense addressable vacuum. Grabbing market share from these unorganized mom-and-pop jewelers is literally the #1 structural growth opportunity cited in almost every listed jeweler's investor pitch. But here's the thing, this transition isn't just happening naturally on its own. Government policies are actively squeezing these informal players. The shift toward the organized market is getting heavily accelerated by policies specifically designed to enforce tax compliance, guarantee purity standards, and create absolute transaction traceability. It is a massive squeeze coming from multiple angles. A crucial turning point here was the April 2023 HUID mandate. This drastically raised the administrative costs of running an unorganized counter, basically making basic survival incredibly tough. This national mandate says you can only sell jewelry in certified purities, like 14K, 18K, and 22K. Plus, every single piece has to be laser etched with a unique 6-digit hallmark unique identification number. That one move structurally altered the whole industry by jacking up the baseline compliance costs for informal operators. Then, you add in GST and digital payment tracking. Suddenly, unorganized jewelers can't just rely on untaxed cash transactions to offer those famously cheaper prices anymore. Broad-based formalization tailwinds are just sweeping through the industry. The explosion of digital payment traceability has severely constrained the cash-heavy informal economy. Without the ability to easily lean on unrecorded or untaxed sales, well, these unorganized shops are losing their main trick for undercutting the big chains on price. And because of all these mounting pressures, organized giants, think titans like Tanishq and Kalyan, are actively dismantling traditional family trust. How? By eliminating hidden wastage arbitrage through fixed, transparent pricing. Historically, your local jeweler had an edge built purely on generational relationships. But slowly, consumers realized that some unorganized competitors were quietly inflating wastage charges, the metal lost during cutting or polishing, on unbilled or barter transactions just to pad their margins. So the organized brands countered this by offering fixed, wastage-inclusive making charge schemes. It's totally transparent, it eliminates that awkward bargaining friction, and it actively educates buyers on how they might have been overcharged in the past. Which really leaves us with this one big final thought. As these massive chains keep leveraging regulations and pricing transparency, is your local neighborhood shop going to survive the decade? I mean, we are watching a multi-lakh crore market formalize in real time. As trust completely shifts from those localized, generational relationships over to standardized, government regulated national chains, the entire economic landscape of retail is being redrawn. So, will that 65% unorganized market completely vanish into the hands of corporate chains? It is an absolutely fascinating evolution to watch.